Welcome back to Race Day on Fox Sports Radio. Your host, D'Amico and Michele Rahal. The number's 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. Don't forget today, Nationwide Racing at Charlotte. We also have the World of Outlaws tonight, the Continental Tire Series, the Mustang Challenge, all racing there at Lime Rock. Congratulations to Jack Rouse Jr. for getting the pole with them. We also have nationwide qualifying this afternoon for the race, and again, the World of Outlaws tonight at Charlotte as well. So a lot going on in the world of racing, and we got you covered here on this Memorial Day weekend for the 500 and the 600 right here. Let's go to the phones, and we go to David and Indy. Welcome to Race Day on Fox Sports Radio. What's up, David?
I wish them guys all the luck in the world. I mean, I love Formula One, in Austin to put a Formula One race on. But there's just 10 different kinds of politics that play into it.
Oh, God,
This town here, Indianapolis, bent over backwards, converting streets and the speedway over, to handle them. It showed them they can convert everything over in a couple of days to make everything work for them. And it doesn't mean if they come here they're going to play nice,
No, they don't play nice.
No, they don't want, I don't know if they don't like Americans or...
Well, that's my guess.
Yeah, I'm leaning that way.
Have you been following global politics lately? They hate us.
Do you really want to know the radio station's going to show the race that one of your competitors there? I mean, it's going to a radio station that's going to on the website. It's WIBC 1070.
Okay, we'll look into that, man. Thank you.
They're hooked in with the Speedway Network.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's okay.
Okay, you guys have a good race day.
Hey, man,
Thanks,
appreciate
man.
it. 877-99 on Fox. That's 877-996-6369. Those are the numbers here. Want to hear from you, the race fans out there, so give us a call. But right now, joining us on the phone, I got the driver of the number 30 truck. Todd Bodine joins us on the phone. Todd, welcome to Race Day on Fox Sports Radio, man.
Well, thanks for having me.
Hey, man, back on top in points, man. 2 points behind you got Eric Almirola, but still right where you need to be, man.
Yeah, we've been doing good. We've had a lot of top fives, and that's what's kept us up there. We had the one bad race at Martinsville, finished at 30th, but all in all, it's been a decent season, and whenever. We've had some bad runs, and when you can take bad runs and finish in the top five, that's pretty good. That's how you win championships. So we're doing all right. We can't complain.
No, you can't complain, man. Sitting on top of points, haven't really necessarily had the season you've wanted. I mean, you've had stronger seasons at this point.
We have. We've really had a problem getting our trucks to drive really well, and. Last week, my crew chief, Mike Hillman Jr., and my engineer, Tom Ackerman, went to work and looked at a lot of data and looked at the tire data and different things, trying to figure out what we were doing wrong, and they made some changes, and boy, this thing drove like a champ at Charlotte. We ran really well and had a shot at the win, but handling-wise, just a little too tight on corner exit, but still can't complain. It was definitely a good night for us.
We're talking to Todd Bodine. He's our guest here on Race Day on Fox Sports Radio. D'Amico, Michele Rahal. Let's go with the trucks. The differences in now we see with coming up with Daytona, the opportunity where the nationwide cars will have a Mustang, a Challenger. They got the Chevy, the Toyotas. A different identity for these cars. The COT. NASCAR has the COT, which the bumpers match a little bit better. I've talked to Mike Skinner a few weeks ago, and he was telling me, the only thing with the trucks, everything seems to be fine, balanced. Everything seems to be working. It's just the bumpers and the tailgates need to line up a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would make it easier for bump drafting, that's for sure. I mean, you really have to be careful in the truck, how hard you hit a guy and where you're hitting them, and the fact that they don't line up definitely limits the bump drafting, like you do see with the COT cars, and it's just part of the package we got, and you got to live with what it is and work with it, and I think that the truck guys, the truck drivers are doing a great job, and making sure that they don't make mistakes when they're bump drafting. So it's definitely different, and it's going to be interesting to see how the Nationwide guys handle that those bumpers lining up and how they bump draft.
Are you going to be there? You have the opportunity to get in one of those yet, or no?
No, not yet. My teammate Michael Annette runs full time in Nationwide with the Pilot Travel Center's Camry, and we're concentrating on getting him some cars built and getting him good cars, and we've got a couple now, and we feel like we've got something he can compete with.
We're talking to Todd Bodine. He's our guest here on Race Day on Fox Sports Radio. Todd, what do you guys have to do to get better? I know you're leading the points. We've talked about this earlier in the conversation, but what is it specifically that you need to do and your team needs to do to get better?
Well, there's really not one thing that you can just point to and say, hey, this is what we're doing wrong.
It's not the driver, is it? I got to ask you.
Well, that's a matter of opinion. I mean, everybody's got opinions on that.
Hey, you know what they say about those, don't you?
Yeah, I know. I agree with that saying too.
I know.
It's a matter of if one, you do have a problem, you identify it, you work with it, you fix it, and you move on. That's one thing about our race team. Mike Jr. is doing a great job in leading this team and making sure we have good trucks, get those Tundras fast every week. And like I said, we had some problems. They identified them, they fixed them, and we're moving on to the next one. So, there's just not one thing you can point to.
Todd Bodine, our guest on the phone right now. Todd, let me ask you this question. With the state of the series, the economy, what we're living in right now, what is the state of the Camping World Truck Series as it sits right now? Is everything financially and stable, let's say, for the fans of NASCAR?
Well, I mean, it can always be better, obviously. The economy did hurt quite a bit. Our truck count is still very good. That just speaks volumes for the series and the people involved in making it happen. It's financially hard to run one of these teams without sponsorship. So to see a full field of trucks every week is really a great sign for the series. And I think that we're seeing signs of the economy coming back around, and major corporations are starting to spend their money again. So I think. We just got a little bit more of the storm to weather, and I think everything will come out good on the other side.
Hey, Todd Bodine, nothing but the best of luck to you up against the clock here, man. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We do appreciate it, and the best of luck to you. And, we were talking about this earlier during the program, rivalries and things like that. Do you have somebody you need to get a little paybacks on coming up here in the next few weeks?
Well, there's always guys you want to pay back, but, I've just never been a guy to do that. My philosophy is everybody makes mistakes, and you got to just understand that and go down the road. Now, if somebody intentionally does something, well, that's a little different story. Yeah. But we're all good right now. Man,
that was the politically correct Todd Bodine on the phone right there, ladies and gentlemen. I like that.
Well, sometimes you got to be politically correct.
All right, man. Hey, Todd, nothing but the best. Yeah, we were having fun earlier. We had Trevor Bain on last week, and he was talking about Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Obviously, those two are friends, so they're just giving each other a little hell. And I just had on Ricky Stenhouse a little bit earlier, and we were talking about, I said, man, you need to get him some payback, man. He was talking trash about you on the air. So just having some fun out there, man. Todd Bodine, always a pleasure to have you on. Thanks so much. And where can we get more information on you and your team?
My website is teamonion.com, and the race team is germain.com, and check us out.
Best of luck to you, man. Thanks for coming on.
All right, bud. Thank you.
Todd Bodine, always a pleasure to have him on the phone, no doubt about that. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. When we come back, we'll also talk with Larry McReynolds. He's coming on the show. We'll talk to him about that new car, the Nationwide car, the troubles that we've heard some of these guys talking about, how the back end gets so loose on these things. And we're talking the 500, the 600, and all the racing going on this weekend on this special Memorial Day weekend. It's race day.
You'll get it, my man.
I will. I promise you. It's race day on Fox Sports Radio.